Hi guys, happy Saturday. Um, let's talk about childhood stuff. When I was growing up, my parents didn't put a whole lot of pressure on me to conform to any particular gender norms that I recall. My mom the other day fished out a birth announcement that she had done for me, and she said, "Come here, you'll get a kick out of this." And it didn't say it's a boy or girl, it said, "It's a person." I'm like, "Thanks, Mom. You're made of awesome." They pretty much let me choose my own clothes, which was a pretty bad idea in the 80s because a lot of it tended towards the day-glow variety. Um, when I was a little tiny kid, I was a fairy princess. And Stefan says now I'm just a fairy, but that's another story. I loved the tutus and the frills and the lace. My fashion idol was Miss Piggy from Muppet Babies. I thought she was the fanciest. Um, my parents actually tried to steer me away from some of the more like, what do you say, like bad image for girls type toys, like the Barbie thing. They were like, "Oh, she's never gonna have Barbies or play with Barbies." But I got a hold of my cousin's Barbies, and I was like, "Oh, Barbie's so pretty," and that was over. But when I was a little older, I definitely went through and I hate dresses phase. There's a picture of me looking pissed off in a family photo um, because I had to wear a dress and I was really not liking it. When I was in elementary school, I really didn't think too much about like who's a boy or who's a girl or who you're playing with or whatever. We all sort of played together in my neighborhood, which was awesome. A lot of outside time and running around. In elementary school, I always would like have a little boyfriend and we'd hold hands or whatever. And until middle school when I started losing interest and I would pick a guy to like so I could have something to talk about. And bad idea. And in high school, I started kind of going, "Ooh, girls are pretty," but I didn't say anything at that time anyway. When I was little, I remember kids who didn't follow the girl thing so much. I knew a girl called Claudia who actually she was like, "No, I want my name to be Mike," and we're like, "Okay, cool, whatever." It was totally like not a big deal. I had a cousin who is very much sort of ambiguous in the gender department. And I was like, "Oh, I wonder if so-and-so grew up to be a boy or a girl." And it turns out he's a trans guy. So that's pretty cool. There was a kid in my music class who I would always look at because I could not figure out if they were a boy or a girl. And I thought they were so gorgeous and so interesting. And I don't know. Their name was Jonas, and I didn't know if that was a boy's name or a girl's name, so I'd never heard it before. Let's see. One of the things that might have affected how I thought about gender is I don't have a very girly body type. Like, I'm more of a stick kind of body type. Like, I don't have like the big curves, the big boobs, and all my friends were like, "It's okay that your boobs are small," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's awesome. They're totally optional." But as I got into high school, like I didn't so much like doing what the other girls did. Like, I wasn't into the boys and the music and the boys who played music, and but I wasn't really like into being a dude either, like doing boy stuff. I wanted to grow plants and study imaginary languages and make things and hole up in my room and study bizarre whatever I found that week, and I thought that I was probably crazy. But then I went to art school! Hooray! Happily ever after.
The flower said, "I wish I was a tree." The tree said, "I wish I could be a different kind of tree." The cat wished that it was a bee. The turtle wished that it could fly really high into the sky, over rooftops and then dive deep into the sea. And And in the sea there is a fish that has a secret wish to be a big cactus with a pink flower on it. And in the sea there is a fish that has a secret wish to be a big cactus with a pink flower on it. And the flower